Why would I throw in the towel? I just got in my bag. I don't make no mistakes. I'm coming for mine, and there ain't no one taking my place.
Hey, what it do? It's your boy Town Biz, and I'm back like 4 flats on a Cadillac. If you just woke up and you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, get back in the bed. Roll over and get on the right side of the bed. The day's gonna be A-OK. Now check this out, man. We all have been procrastinated before. We all have been in a situation where people done gave us advice on how to do things to get up out of financial burden situations that we in. You feel me? Well, I got this guy here. He's giving us some game, and he's telling people what to do and how to pursue things. Quit taking in the information and not doing nothing with it. It's all about getting the information and making it work for yourself. So without further ado, we're going to get to this content, man. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe button for your boy one time, man. Let's run this content up. Anyway, let's get to it, man. And I hope y'all having a wonderful, blessed day. It is what it is. You know how life go, man. Some days be good, some days be bad, but you know, it's always a blessing.
Some people are just addicted to getting good information and not addicted to actually doing something with the information they get. If you fall in that category, it's time to start taking some action today, right now. Listen, guys, you've watched enough videos, you've heard all the advice, you know what to do, but you still won't do it. I'm not here on this video to sugarcoat this thing. I'm here on this video to share just my experience. Now, the 8 things I had to stop doing immediately if I wanted to go from being broke to building a 7-figure net worth. And I promise you this, if you're serious about changing your money and your money situation, it's gonna start with you stopping some of these bad habits. So let's jump into number 1. The very first thing that I had to stop doing was not having patience, right? I wanted it right now. I'm talking 10, 15, 20 years ago. I was chasing fast results instead of letting time and compounding do the heavy lifting for me. What I had to learn was this. Wealth is a marathon. It's not some sprint that you go running, right? You run out of breath. You got to take your time, go slow, and be patient. What impatience was robbing me of everything big that I wanted. And impatience was making me more susceptible to bad decisions, more susceptible to scams, right? So I had to pull back on that and begin to think a little deeper about that and have some patience. And what I learned along the way is that wealth takes time. You can't just build wealth overnight. It's a series of habits over the course of a long period of time. Now, the second habit I had to break was chasing material stuff for happiness. See, I used to think that if I could have more stuff, I would feel better. But the truth was really this: the less I needed, the better I felt. A lot of people think cars and clothes and gadgets and the latest this, the big house, are the fix for your emotions. But it's really not the fix for your emotions, more stuff, right? Buying short-term happiness is going to leave you broke in the long term. And I had to get this in my spirit, right? Stuff doesn't buy freedom. Discipline, as much as it doesn't seem like, is what buys freedom. Happiness is just some fleeting emotion. So I had to stop using stuff to feed my emotion and try to get happy off stuff. Oh, I bought a new watch. Oh, I bought some shoes. Oh, I bought a new hat, or I bought a house or a car, right? People use stuff to feed their emotions. People shop and buy stuff emotionally. And that's where I was, right? But listen, it's bad for your long-term wealth, right? You have to sort of divorce yourself, and I had to do this too, divorce myself from the idea that stuff equals happiness, because it doesn't. Now, the third thing that I had to do was I had to understand that low-paying skills equals low-paying wages. Think about it like this. If your skills are not bringing value to the marketplace, your income is going to be capped. I had to learn that the world pays for people who solve problems and people that bring value, not just warm bodies sitting in a seat, right? So I had to sharpen my skills. I had to not only sharpen my skills, but go out and get skills that make me marketable and valuable out there in the marketplace. I had to get better skills, higher paying skills. The reason people make $20,000 a year typically is because they have $20,000 a year skills. Now, if you want to make $200,000 a year, you got to get $200,000 a year skills. And that's what I had to do. I had to up my skills, had to pay me more, right? It's not really rocket science, but it's something you got to come to grips with in your own brain that one of the reasons I'm broke or I'm poor is because I have broken poor skills. I got to up those skills if I want more money. And I had to learn that, right? I was a teacher for a long time. And then I had to say, now I'm going into the actual marketplace. I need skills because my teacher skills ain't transferring in terms of bottom dollar, right? So I had to get new skills when I entered the marketplace from when I was teaching. Now, the fourth habit that I personally had to change is this habit of living in fear, this habit of the fear of failure, this habit of the fear of risk and the fear of change and the fear of getting more skills or doing what it takes to take that class or get that certification or get that advanced degree, right? Fear keeps so many people broke. It kept me broke for a lot of years. Fear paralyzes you while opportunity is all around you, right? We live in America, in one of the richest countries on the face of the planet. And there's opportunities around us. I know there's, high inflation and crazy stuff happening around us and, crime and so forth. We know about all that stuff. But there's still opportunities around us every single day. And a lot of reasons we let opportunities pass us up is because we are scared and we don't want to admit it, or we don't know how to come to grips with it. Wealthy people, or people that build wealth, they do stuff even when there's fear present, right? The athlete, the actor, the successful surgeon, the manager on your job, they all experience the natural emotion of fear. The difference is people that build wealth, they do it despite the fear. People that don't build wealth or stay poor, they let fear stop them from trying. They let fear stop them from doing something new and different. See, successful people, they see fear and they take action. And that's what I had to learn how to do. Stop being scared, step out on a limb, take a chance, take a risk, right? Take some of the risk and do it. Now, another habit I had to break was this. It's a big one. Most people, me included, we were always taught what to think, not necessarily how to think. And early on in my transformation, right, I got out of this habit of not creating solutions for myself. Listen, most people were trained to follow directions, not create solutions,
Right.
not to build on their own. Most people.
And he got a point there. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, man. On the real, I done been in them situations where I done felt the same thing. Like, man, I don't want to fail at something. You know what I'm saying? And I get it where he's saying fear will stop you from succeeding in life, and I see that. You know what I mean? So I had to jump out there. It's like when you telling somebody, "Yo, let's go do it," and they be like, "Oh man, I got to make sure I'm right. I got to do it." That's the fear telling them that you ain't ready for this. You're not ready. Instead of putting themselves out there, they just be like, "No, I ain't ready. I got to do this. I got to train. I got to," you know what I mean? So I get where you're coming from. Let's go.
We're not taught to think and use creative ways to approach solutions to their problems and to their issues. When you don't think critically, you become dependent on other people for every move that you're going to make. That's not where you want to be as a person that builds wealth. So as a wealth builder, I had to say to myself, what do I create? What can I produce? What can I begin to build on my own instead of waiting around for something else to happen? Right? So I had to be creative in the way I think, in the way I use my brain, and not just do what everybody tells you to do and follow directions and stay in line. Because for me, when everybody goes left, I don't go left.
Go right.
I think about going right. Everybody goes right, I'm probably going to go left because I am thinking about solutions. I'm thinking about creative ways to approach issues, problems, and how to bring more value and produce something, right? I'm thinking of all these things in the process. And some people used to say to me, "Man, you think too much. You're thinking too hard." Well, I found out and I learned that I'm not necessarily thinking too hard. Most people don't think enough.
Right.
Now, the next habit I had to break was financial discipline. See, what happens to a lot of people, and it used to happen to me too, is that money would come in and then the money would leak right back out, right? I make $75,000 a year back then, but I would spend $75,000 a year. People that today that you look at and you say, "Man, they make so much money," but they don't have a whole lot. They make six figures, but when all's said and done, they don't have six figures. They don't have, because people have poor financial discipline. When you make a whole bunch of money and you wonder where it all goes, that's poor financial discipline. That's being a poor manager over your money. So what I had to do was, to break this habit, is I had to become fanatical about being a manager over my money. fanatical about being organized with my money, right? A lot of people are overspending, impulse buys, and just flat out unorganized and not being a good steward over their money, right? Not doing a written budget, don't have a plan, just get it and spend it, pay some bills, and the hamster wheel starts over the next 2 weeks when you get paid again, right? If that's you, you're going to stay broke no matter how much money you make, right? You got to develop the habit of financial discipline so you can get to another level with this thing.
Which
Now,
means
the
saving.
habit I had to break was just not having consistency, right? See, I had to learn this, that building wealth is about doing the same boring things over and over.
Yep. Save your money.
Saving
put it
money,
up. Put it
investing
up.
money,
Yep.
learning.
Yep.
Saving money, investing
That's the only
money,
way you have.
learning. Saving money.
What he's saying is real, right? So I want y'all to think about it like this, right? If you go through any city around this country and you walk through the downtown areas, you walk past millionaires all the time, but you would never know that it's a millionaire because they don't dress like millionaires. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you see the high class millionaires, like the celebrities, the basketball players, the actors, yeah, they all suited and booted. You know what I'm saying? They out there looking fly. But when you look at your everyday working millionaire that's on that struggle to get up to that $1 million, man, he don't dress like that. He might have some regular Nikes on, Cortez Nikes on, regular what they call them, jeans, the Wrangler jeans, and a button-up shirt or a t-shirt, and he's comfortable like that. But his bank account is at $2.7 million, 3.some million. You feel what I'm saying? Because he's not chasing. See, that's the problem with us as black, and I can speak to my black people. I can't speak for our race. I can only speak for black people. But the problem that we have is we want to keep up with the Joneses. A new pair of shoes come out, we got to have that. A new car come out, we got to have that. Anything that's look nice that we think that's gonna make us feel good, we go and break bread on it. And then we got to start all over, like you said, start all over again the next following month. Like, man, it's like people living from check to check and it's not getting by. And a lot of it have a lot to do with, like you said, discipline. When you get that check, okay, let me put this money to the side. Let me put this over here for this. Let me put this money in investment, this for my bills, and this right here is going to be my pocket money. And like he said, yeah, it gets boring. You want to go out there and have fun, but you got to stop yourself from going out and spending money. You got to, okay, I'm just chilling in the house. It's going to make me save some money. I ain't got to go out. That's how you got to start thinking. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's get to the content. Y'all hit that like, subscribe button. Let's go.
Investing money, reading a book, learning, watching a podcast, learning, saving, and it over and over and over again. And a lot of people, they get bored, or the first thing I said, they get impatient. Inconsistency destroys progress. See, everybody that you see who is great at whatever they do, they had to be consistent in order to become great.
Right.
You can't become great until you learn to become consistent.
Yeah.
You can't build wealth if you're not consistent with your habits and what you're doing. Consistency is huge. And a lot of people I used to just blow it off, but really it was, when I look back, it was consistency that helped me build a 7-figure net worth. It was being consistent and patient and all these things I'm talking about, but that consistency has to be there, right? In order for me to get to a level that was on a different level than most people. Most people start something, it don't work out, they quit, go to something else.
Yep.
Start something, doesn't work out, they quit. There's no consistency. Now, the eighth thing that I had to do, the eighth habit I had to break is a negative environment. See, I found out that you spend time with people who normalize your way of thinking. They normalize your bad habits. They normalize excuses or victim mindsets, right? A lot of you know what I'm talking about. You heard the saying that if you hang around 9 broke friends, you'll probably be the 10th.
Right.
Well, the opposite is true too. If you hang around 9 successful friends, you'll probably be the 10th successful friend.
Right.
See, your circle is what shapes your ceiling. And you got to get around new people if you want a new ceiling. You got to drop some people. It may be a friend from high school. It may be somebody who is really close to you. It may be somebody who's a relative, somebody who you've known all your life, right? It could be a parent, a sibling, right? A best friend. Some people you have to let go in order to grow, in order to get to another level. Some people got to fall off. And listen, when you start building wealth and you start changing your habits, some people will fall off naturally Because either they don't want to be around you anymore, you're not doing what they want to do anymore, or the simple fact that they can't handle your success, right? Envy and jealousy will start to show. Those are real emotions that people have. And when you start moving to another level and being successful, a lot of times people show their true stripes. So for me, I had to say, okay, I got to get around new people to go to a new level or to get to new heights financially, right? And it can be tough. It can be very hard to do, but you got to do what you got to do. Listen, building wealth can be a lot like losing weight. You know what to do. You know the habits and the things that you got to do, and you know when you're doing something you shouldn't do, right? But you just got to do it. You got to stop beating around the bush and start using the information that you're getting from the podcast or you're getting from the YouTube videos and start putting them into practice. Some people are just addicted to getting good information and not addicted to actually doing something with the information they get. If you fall in that category, it's time to start taking some action today, right now. Look, those are the 8 things that me personally, I had to stop doing immediately to change my situation financially, to go from broke to building a much larger net worth. Listen, if you got value from this quick video, you know what to do. Smash that like button for me.
Definitely.
Share the video with somebody who you know could use this information. And don't forget to drop a comment below. I want to hear from you. In the description box below, you'll see my VIP early access to my upcoming Smart Money Bro course called 4 Steps to Maximize Your Money. If you want to get in early and get a discount on that course, hit the link below and join us. Hey, the best.
Yeah, man. So, I just want to say, with that being said, I really get where you're coming from, man. Y'all got to understand, man. It's time to get up off your butt and start making action. Sometimes we can be surrounded by the people that don't mean us no good, and we call these people friends. They get up in the morning, they hang on the block, drinking, smoking weed all day, spending money on jewelry, chasing women, and then we tend to hang or be around these people, and we tend to get caught up in that little web of that little world. You know what I'm saying? And not really having no success in life. But what he said was real. In order to have anything, that's like when you hustling. In order to stack your bread up, you had to hustle and stack your money. I'm talking when you first get out the penitentiary, or you first jumped off the porch, you went and got that bundle, you did all-nighters, you did everything you can to stack that money up. Well, you got to look at this game the same way, this game of life the same way. And what he said is real. If you hang around 9 broke people, you're going to be the 10th broke person. But if you hang around 9 successful people, you're definitely going to 9 times out of 10 be the 10th successful person. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe button, man, on your way up out of here. That notification bell, let the people know where you got this game from, man. You feel me? It's town business, and we always get to the business, man. You feel me? So thank y'all for tuning in. God bless.
Why would I throw in the towel? I just got in my bag. I don't make no mistakes. I'm coming for mine, and there ain't no one taking